Hello world and hello dear fans of Mate Debunked. My name is Susanna and I'm the creator of Mate Debunked. To all my dear fans who have been wondering where I disappeared to, it has been a busy summer for me. I guess it's been a couple months since I've connected with all of you, and I just wanted to kind of obviously let you all know what's been happening so far, and just to stay connected. As you can see, this is one of the first few times where I don't have anything written and I don't have anything scripted, but a lot of things have happened in the past couple months. Not necessarily good or bad. I mean, it's just really things happening as we go through life and just dealing with things, right? So I think the last time I connected with everybody was shortly after I launched I'm the One. And then, yeah, just that was, I think, in July. And since then, yes, it's been busy with work, but, you know, I think that's always an easy excuse for us to put the blame on work right away, when at the end of the day we just want to hide and not face things head on sometimes, because it's a little stressful. And I think because we always try to, especially for me, I always try to find solutions and overthink things, that I, you know, tend to get into my tunnel vision, get into my own space, and go into my cave and hide. For me, that's just how I cope with things when life gets rough or busy. And I think for me, it's, and I actually hear this from a lot of people, that this year has been challenging, would be the word that I use, has been very challenging for a lot of people. Not necessarily good or bad, but just it always seemed like it was an uphill battle, and you know, it's almost like, for me, it felt like one step forward, two steps back constantly. But in the past month, I like to say that things have almost miraculously cleared up, and I see all of the journey or the lessons learned earlier this year and how it relates to where I am now. And I have to tell you, I'm feeling really good about things. I feel much more, I have a lot more better perspective, clarity. You know, I can't say there was like one big epiphany in terms of, ta-da, you know, go this way now, go this direction. Not necessarily anything like that, but just I guess acknowledgement, or knowing that, you know, I'm doing well, things are moving in the right track, I'm continuously learning, I'm continuously adjusting myself into the lessons that I'm being learned, that I'm being shown. And I have to say that I feel a lot of calm and ease heading into kind of the end of the year, and excitement about next year. So again, there's nothing, it's not like any big, great, grand plan, but it's just a very general, really easygoing gliding into the end of the year, and eagerness and peace and calm and joy for next year. So obviously, I do want to apologize to a lot of you for kind of being missing for the past couple of months, but I actually still have about 25 more videos to do before the end of the year to reach my goal of 50. But I'm feeling, yeah, I'm feeling good about things, and I felt that urge right now all of a sudden, so I know myself well enough that as soon as that happens, I gotta just get a couple of videos out at least, right? So one thing I want to share with all of you in terms of kind of one of the things that came up for me very recently is obviously my beloved dear friend Rowan was kind enough to guide me towards a realization, something that I knew all along, but I never confronted. And that was obviously stepping out of my comfort zone. Now, it's interesting because stepping out of your comfort zone can mean many things for different people. And for me, I always thought I was, doing the best I can in terms of stepping out of the comfort zone, in terms of creating these videos that's out of my comfort zone. And I didn't realize that I actually did that, progressed, and learned from it. And now I feel fairly calm about doing these videos. But I realize if that's kind of one of the big major lessons that you have to learn in life, there's always going to be the little test that always keeps building up or being presented to you until you really get the lesson and it's fully part of you and it just comes naturally and with ease. So one of the big things obviously was stepping out of the comfort zone was doing these videos because it's something that I feared, but I realize also that the things that we fear the most are usually the things that we really need to pursue or conquer. So in relation to Soulmate Debunked and relationships and significant others, one of the other things that I recently learned that I had to step out of the comfort zone was reaching out and contacting people. Now, I don't mean, friends or just, potential employers for work opportunities, but obviously we're talking about someone that you're potentially interested in dating, or that, you want to get to know better, right? Now, I've never been the one to initiate, and that's because I am traditional. I'm very old-fashioned that way. I've always just kind of went along with, okay, well, if I like this person, if I like this guy, let's slowly build up the friendship, and then eventually, if things are meant to happen, they'll just happen. But what I've learned recently is that sometimes in life, and I don't know, for me, it's just a sense of, I guess, wanting to move things along faster now and not delaying, because sometimes, obviously, this is a whole nother video topic, it's easy to get into something called the friend zone, right? It's easy to, and it's, of course, any relationship, it's always good to build the friendship first, to have that solid foundation. I'm not disagreeing with that or kind of breaking that down, but sometimes I always go with the intention of, okay, it's easier if we're friends first, and then gradually, if we like each other, then the guy will make the moves and he'll call me and then we'll spend more time together. And that's just a much more gentle way of easing into a potential relationship, right? But I've learned recently that, you know what, Susanna, take the initiative, just be bold, be fearless, and just initiate and make the first move. I gotta tell you, that was a hard thing for me, stepping out of that comfort zone. Again, not because I'm used to, always being the one that's pursued or always waiting for someone to initiate, but I think it was always a fear of the reason why we don't do it. For me, and I think for a lot of people, is that we're afraid of rejection, right? So that's a big thing too, and we think that people are going to judge us and on our any inadequacies, and just that whole general fear of rejection, right? Everybody is afraid of that. But I went into this and I just said, you know what? Just do it. What's the worst that can happen? Nothing, right? That's the worst. And I really, really had to, believe it or not, pump myself up. So I got mutually connected with someone, and this is a story perhaps I'll share another time. It's a very, very interesting story about how the universe brings people together. And for those of you that still don't believe that, or that are kind of, you get it, but you don't believe it, I'm going to share with you a story at a later time in terms of how the universe really does bring people together, and the kind of how it syncs events up to bring people together. It will make you go like, wow. It made me really, and I'm a firm believer in all the stuff about the universe. It did make me go, wow. So anyways, but how I wanted to tie this all in was that, so I got to set up, and the whole setup was really miraculous in terms of the sequence of events. But this person was supposed to contact me first, was what I was told by the person that set us up. And so I was excited about that, but I waited 2 weeks and nothing ever happened. So I just said, you know what? I got to just do it. Just say, hi, how are you? Just very casual text. I got to tell you, even when I was like typing this text, I was like, oh. and I stared at it for quite a few minutes. And it was like do I press send? Do I press send? And then finally when I went send, I literally went like that. I didn't even look at the phone. And and I was like, oh, what did I just do? But I have to say, right after I sent the message, I did this to myself. I go, good for you, Susanna. I'm proud of you. You did good. And I felt I was laughing. I was laughing at how silly the whole buildup of it was, about how the anticipation of what would happen, overthinking, if I sent this message, what would that person think, and and then I just said, just do it, send, it's out there, it's in the universe now, it's up for the universe to handle it. So guess what happened? He responded within 5 minutes, and it was super cool and casual, and this was probably about 3 weeks ago, about a month ago, and we've kept in contact, good communication, and I gotta say, I don't want to overanalyze this. The whole intention of going in there was just like, I was very intrigued by how the universe brought us together in terms of the synchronicity of events. It was very, very miraculous, okay? So for me, I thought, if the universe did all of that and gave me the taps and the whispers to just do it, Susanna, be brave. I have to honor that. And I'm at a point in my life, if I'm going to try to tell people to listen to your heart and follow the signs and, really tune in and tap into what the universe is saying to you, I have to live up to that myself, right? I have to honor that. And so I did it, and it was easy. It was effortless. And I'm so glad I did that, because had I not done that, I would have missed out on having another good friend or good person in my life. And who knows, right? I would have still been sitting and wondering. So for those of you girls or guys out there who are always shy and hesitant to reach out to someone and to make that first move, just do it. So now that I've opened up this can of worms of being brave and stepping out of my comfort zone, it feels nice, it feels comfortable. I'm going to definitely practice it more. But the thing is that one thing I would probably advise or suggest that if you do something like that, don't send it and then have all these expectations and overanalyze if that person doesn't text you back right away, or if they don't text you back, or if they text you back and it's very casual, like, hey, say, hey, how's it going, right? Don't read anything into it at all. It's all about you. You did it. You conquered your fear. You reached out. You made that initial first move. Whatever happens, let it happen. Whatever the universe is meant to bring into your life, let that gradually flow. So that's just one thing I want to share with you, that a little bit of my story. And I've always, as usual, I like to share my stories and hope that it could help anybody. out there, and obviously to take the opportunity to reconnect with all of you again, and to let you know that things are going well. There's a lot of things that have happened in the past few months now that I will be sharing with you, and I do like to share. But it's interesting because one of the other side things is that although I want to share, there's still a part of me that doesn't want to completely open up, because it's that whole sense of vulnerability. And I realize that's also something I need to conquer as one of the next things off the checklist. But yeah, I'm feeling happy, feeling good about things, and really grateful that I have this opportunity to share with some of you just kind of my journey of what's been happening in my life, and hopefully that it can help any one of you. So we're back. We're back at this, and yeah, I think because I have the fact that I have about 25 to go now, I gotta really get these going, because there are only about 80 days left in the year. Can you believe that? So anyways, as always, I hope that you are all doing well, and that everyone is thriving. And yeah, please do reach out if you ever get a chance to just say hi, and or feel free to drop me any comments, questions, or feedback. And of course, please subscribe to my YouTube and Facebook as well too. And stay tuned. I'm going to, I think, probably try to film maybe a few more of these, and then upload them as soon as I can. So take care, lots of love. Bye for now, and stay tuned for another video really soon. All right, bye.